stay out there. Now, I have the belief in the utility industry is deep in my heart. Okay, obviously I came out of it. I worked from 1980 to 1992 for Hawaiian Electric. Okay, I believe in it enough that my son and my son-in-law both work for the utility company in Washington, D.C. Now, it's about the same size utility as Hawaiian, Maui, Help. Okay, it's a little bit bigger. They're substation electricians. Okay, and they just became second class, so they got to stay another 2 years and then they become first class. And I don't think they ever come back here. But the thing is that I believe in it because when they were looking for a career, I told them that go into the utility side, because in construction, when it rains, you go home, you don't get paid. You know, it depends on the contract. Sometimes no more work, you sit on, not those chairs, but on a bench, you know, and that's how it works. But that's just part of the IBEW. That's how we operate. That's part of the construction industry. So I told them the utility industry is a stable industry. So I think that's the route you guys should take, and that's the route they've done. So I believe in it. I really do. What we're going to do from day one is we're going to make sure that the issues that you guys have out there are going to be heard. Okay? We're going to not just list them and then hear it and go like that. Okay, well, we heard them, so they feel good that they talked about it and get back in the car and then drive away. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be that we're going to go ahead and take those issues and then we're going to go ahead and act upon them. Now, not every issue is a grievance. Okay? Not every issue has the merit of going to arbitration. But that's something that we're going to have to work through. Okay? And we're going to have to work through that collectively. Okay? Because the thing is that, you know, you have, okay, I didn't get 3 t-shirts. You know, or I didn't get, 6 t-shirts, from the company, so I want to file for arbitration on that case. It's cheaper for us just to buy the 6 t-shirts for the guy. Or is it the principle that it's affecting everyone? Then we need to go to arbitration for it. So there has to be some sort of thought process behind how we do things. That's why we're bringing on an attorney on staff that's going to be knowledgeable about what's going on and part of the process. It's not going to be somebody that we're just going to have waiting in the wings. We send them the information, they write up a legal opinion, and then we have either a case or we don't have a case. They're going to be part of the entire operation. I think that's important. Yes?
Right. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
I'm just going to hit you with it. First of all, how will you recruit your union stewards, union officers, executive board members, and how will you prepare them for the roles, and also being a part of the local unit, an officer in there, many of our people, a few of them, terminations, last chances, right?
Last chance agreements.
Exactly. Now, this was very specific to those that were very noisy, brought up issues. How are you going to deal with that?
Okay, so let me kind of take the first one. The first thing is that we're going to reinstitute the shop stewards back at Hawaiian Electric. I'm not saying the exact same ones. All I'm saying is that we're going to start the process over again. If you guys look at the structure, being from 126, I think he understands this a lot. You got the membership, you got the shop stewards. You need the shop stewards. For some reason, it's not there at Hawaiian Electric anymore. Okay, it's been like 2 or 3 years that they don't have them anymore. They will be back. Okay, that's one.
We need protection for those people, right?
The second thing is that we're going to educate the shop stewards and the officers of the union. Whether you're a unit officer or whether you're a board member or you're a shop steward, one of those 3, we're going to have an educational class put on for them. And that'll come from the international office. Somebody will come from the international office and put on the class for them. Okay? So that way, they'll know their rights, they'll know how to handle a grievance, handle arbitrations. They'll be, well, I shouldn't say handle arbitrations. They'll be understanding as far as how to move a case into arbitration, okay, if it needs to, okay? But they'll be able to handle the day-to-day operation on the job and then get in touch with the local union rep if something snowballs and gets above them. So the shop steward is important. The officer is important. And by getting people engaged in the educational process is going to be helpful for us because it resolves problems on the floor. A business agent or a business manager, it's so easy to push paper. You can just say, well, okay, well, we're just going to go ahead and these all go to arbitration, or these are all the grievances that we're going to do, right? That's so easy. How do you resolve the problem? That's the question. And someone who's good at something is able to resolve problems, not just create them and then push it off and say, well, we're going to pay somebody to do it, and then come up with an answer an outsider. We're not going to have that. We're going to have somebody inside who's going to go ahead and help us. Okay? Do it. Yes? I'll come back to the rest of the other two.
On that line, I got a question about whether you'd be supportive of initiating a steward into the actual arbitration.
Into the arbitration case? Sure. I'll tell you something. In an arbitration case, you need to have witnesses inside, to back up your position. If you get to arbitration, of course, we would have regular members who are going to speak in behalf of that individual or in behalf of the issue. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, can you hit me with that last one?
Okay, the last one was about, again, officers, executive board members, and how will you prepare them for their roles? Was one of the next issues, and also provide them protection, because some of our people who have been vocal have been, boom, terminated and last chance agreements. So we need, for people to take a step up, take a leadership role in the union, they need to feel some sense of security and protection that they are not going to be targeted because they bring up these hard issues.
I'll answer that really quick. Under the National Labor Relations Act, a shop steward is protected under the law. An officer is protected who works for the company under the law, okay, under the act, that they have the right to go ahead and bring up issues on the job in a manner, professional manner, but also they can express themselves in a professional manner. It may be raising their voice, it may be doing certain things, but at the end of the day, they have that right under the law. And I will make sure, as the business manager, that they are protected under the law. Because just because you express yourself at a meeting with the company, they can't just say, oh, Jolene, as far as we're concerned, we're gonna blackball her, yeah, because she went after us in a meeting. That doesn't matter. You have that right because you take off your Maui Electric hat and you're putting on your shop steward hat, your IBEW hat, and you're saying, now I am representing this individual, and this is what I'm representing him for or her.
Bro,
so that's the law.
This is plantation. No witch on you.
No, you know what? This is the kind of games they play over here. There'll be a strong steward that they don't want to deal with it. They'll send them out on the job, and they'll say, "Oh no, you can't have him in there. He's out busy. He's working." Well, you'll be represented by this person over here, some patsy person that won't do anything right. They do stuff.
Plantation.
Understand?
That's not.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like I said, I'll go back to it. They will be protected under the act. I guarantee that. Okay, I'll guarantee that.